This week was our meetup week, and we had so much fun. It started last Thursday when Rick's best friend Ron came into town, and we met everybody at the local restaurant Tradições. So that started on Thursday. Last Thursday, June 12th, was Santo António, or St. Anthony's Day. And we met at a local restaurant owned by a lady who is half Portuguese and half Angolan. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a Black-owned restaurant. And there she is right there in the yellow. This is her restaurant, and we had a good old time. This restaurant's food is so good that our people went back there 2 to 3 times more. That's right, y'all. If you are in Lisbon, you've got to check out Tradições for their wings. Then we headed over to Penha da França for the first of many street festivals for Santo António. So this is one of the smaller ones, and this is the street festival that is in our neighborhood. And it's crowded, all the families come out, right? Yes, you can drink in the streets here in Portugal. And the drinking age is 18. And I don't know if they have less alcoholism than they do in the States, but I wouldn't be surprised if they had less. Because, when you make something off limits, then people want to do it more. You know how that goes. And so, I have not seen the angry drinking and stuff like that we see in the United States. Look, you see all the kids out? This is a family occasion. And then as we head towards evening, the kids start to disappear, and, more of the young people show out. So then we headed to Graça. So that's what we're looking at right now. That turquoise, greenish, teal building behind us is one of the big buildings in Graça. And as we head to Graça, out of Graça, we go down to Alfama. And this is the party that's going down in Alfama.
Quero ver toda a gente com as mãos para cima. Todo mundo para a esquerda. Todo mundo para a direita. Todo mundo para a esquerda. Todo mundo para a esquerda. Todo mundo para a esquerda. Todo mundo para a direita. Todo mundo vamos. Todo mundo para a esquerda.
So we brought y'all. By this time, I think we might have lost about 5 to 10 people who couldn't hang. Okay? Every time we stopped, we lost some people. Every time we stopped, we lost some people. All right? So this is the party that's going on in Alfama. Look at this. Look at all of the people. And you see any issues? Look at the smiles, look at the people. Like everybody's just chill. And this is how we roll in Portugal, y'all. Later in the evening, we lost even more people. You see how thin the crowd is now, right? So this is Praça de Comércio
They're dropping like flies, y'all. They're dropping like flies.
Right, like the parade was going on. We did not go to the parade, but we passed by the parade. The parade is long, y'all. It was still going on at 2 o'clock in the morning. Every freguesia competes to be, to win, top exhibition in the parade. And so you see, they go all out. And we stayed until the end of the night. And then the next day, we had Friday Sangria, And we invited our Friday Sangria crew of locals to come and talk with our Meetup folks. And so interspersed with all of our Meetup folks are locals who have Black American locals who have been here from anywhere from a couple of months to 5 and 6 years. Folks who have bought places, etc. And so I wanted to make sure that people had an opportunity to talk with folks who lived here, like Alex, who you see right there. And of course, that's Action VJ. Y'all have seen Alex on our channel a couple of times, and that's what Action VJ looks like, y'all. Lisbon is so gorgeous, and we are so blessed to live here where there's water. We can sit here by the river and, and have what España calls tapas, right? And sangria. The best sangria is at this place. And it's called Tapas de Azul in Parque das Nações, Park of the Nations. So we have the Sangria Society that meets here at this place because this is the best place for sangria that we have found in all of the Lisbon metro area, right? And it just happens to have the, incredible view of the river. And so they treat us like royalty there. They know us. The sangria is good. It has a kick. It's not like Kool-Aid. And they treat us so well, whether we show up with 10 or we show up with 50, as you can see. The next day, we had brunch with 50 of our close personal friends at another local restaurant. I'm not sure if we're going to be going back to this restaurant. The food was excellent. Everybody had rave reviews for the food. But they do not know how to handle crowds. And so, we're not sure if we're going to go back there. And then the official meetup started, y'all, at Black-owned Sold Restaurant and Bar. This is owned by Fernando, and he should be in some of the pictures. You see Alex and Jerry, who are helping us. That's Penny and June, who June did our T-shirts and our bags. This is a Black-owned restaurant in Lisbon, Portugal. We try to only support either locally owned or Black-owned. The food was on point. The ribs were spectacular. That's my high school friend right there waving. Can you believe it? She found me on Facebook and YouTube. I haven't seen her since 10th grade. We also had locals like Will and Rose that you just saw, who have been here as long as we've been here, and they purchased a place to speak with our guests, to answer questions. And so I announced who, lived here and who they could ask questions of in case Portugal is the place for them. The food was on point, y'all. I never got dessert. I got some of the fruit, and that's probably all I needed. That's probably all I needed. They were serving, so this place, they have their house wine that they served. They also served sangria and, of course, hard alcohol and all of that, and juices and soft drinks and beer and wine. And, the beer, wine, and sangria and the soft drinks were all included. We had fish. We had chicken, we had pork, of course, because pork is a staple here in Portugal. So you're going to miss out on a lot if you don't eat pork, and if you don't, I understand. We had such a good time. We had such a good time. And it was so lovely to start putting faces to the names, right? All of the folks that we see in our chat, y'all, you think you know us, we think we know you, just from your chat, right? Just from your chat. And then we put faces to the names. And that's when it's like, aha, Yakota, aha, right? And we start becoming community in real life with the people like Carla that we have community with online. Hey, Felicia. It's so cool. Delta in the house, right, Karen? Delta in the house. We had so much fun. We did you know what? I don't have the line dancing video in here. Y'all gotta watch if you're not following us on Instagram. We had our fans, boots were on the ground, okay? We had our fans out. And so Rick and I will put together a little video and we'll put it on Instagram for our line dancing with our fans out and everything else. We had a ball and the food was on point. If you are in Lisbon, you must visit Soul Kitchen and Bar. Soul, S-O-U-L, Kitchen and Bar, owned by Fernando. Tell him we sent you. The next day, we headed to Evora. All right, so we had to meet early in the morning after being up late at night. And don't you know, about 20-something people overslept and never showed up. But we drove from Lisbon to Evora. We had 2 buses and a van, y'all. That's how many people we had. And we made our way to the medieval village of Evora. It was supposed to be 100 degrees. Yeah, 100 degrees. We learned about how the city developed, who colonized it, and or overtook it over the years, right? Because Portugal, being a very small country, and the peninsula in general, including Spain and Portugal, has been taken over by the Moors and other folks at different times throughout history. And you can see the evidence of their influence on the architecture, especially, well, I was about to say especially here in Portugal, but no, I saw it in Spain as well. Evora, unlike Lisbon, has older structures, because in Lisbon back in the 1700s, there was a major earthquake. And so a lot of the old structures got destroyed back in the 1700s in Lisbon. But that earthquake did not affect Evora. And so you see here Roman ruins from 800-900 years ago. Cathedrals that are 500, 600, 700 years old. And and you can see Romanesque. You see the Moor influence. You see the Moor's influence. Look at that. You see the Moor's influence, right? You see the Roman influence. A very little Greek influence here in Portugal. But occasionally you will also see a Gothic style that I assume came from England. So we took a break and did a little shopping in Evora. You know, cork is one of the major exports here in Portugal, and we have a lot of products that are made out of cork. Shoes and bags and fans, and I mean, the sky is the limit. So after we did a little shopping, we went to the Cathedral of Bones. We're not going to show you any footage. There's a picture from inside because you need to see it for yourself. Then we drove to a local winery and we had wine tasting with a food pairing, right? So we had a light lunch with wine tasting. This winery gave us 7 different tastings, from white to red. And then we did some tasting of a wine pre-filter and post-filter, which was, I mean, both of them tasted great, but they had a different taste, and it was interesting. Yes, we did bring home a couple of bottles of wine. Yes, we took over the whole winery. Yes, our people took over the whole winery. They loved us. They loved us. After we did the wine tasting and pairing, we did the wine tour. And we learned how they make their wines, the process that they use, and why their wine is different from other wines. They had juice for the kids and non-drinkers. So the barrels are made out of oak, and oak is predominantly what is used. It was a great day. If you would like to join our meetup for next year, it will be during the same week in June. Get on our mailing list so that you will be the first to know when tickets go on sale.